this is Holly with Holly's Joys, and we are here today to go over from soup to nuts on how and where I got my products to make these faux stained glass pieces. Now, to start, let me just show you what one looks like so you know what I'm talking about. This is one I just finished this week. I have 3 here and I'll go over each one in just a minute. But first you got to decide your design. Well, you may want to purchase your picture frames. And I just get mine at thrift stores and yard sales. And if they're a little scratched or whatever, you can paint them. Use your imagination on the frames. Clean up the glass and boom, you're ready to go. And a lot of times they'll have a picture in, I just take it out. And I like the white background. Actually, I have another background, but I haven't worked it out yet. So I'm still working on this background because I have one I really want to do. But anyway, that's for another day. This particular one is a multicolored stained glass, faux stained glass look. Now, I have done monochromatic ones as well. And all I did to get this heart shape was I went online and I picked one off of the free clip art on whatever search engine that you use. And then I printed it off the best I could guess the size. And then I cut and fiddle and get it to fit the frame that I like. Now, this frame fits the heart pretty well, and if you'll notice, this is a longer frame, so I decided to do the Eiffel Tower here. My husband is from a town called Paris, so we always do kind of a nod to the Parisians. And this one's also multicolored. And then this one is fairly square, so if you see how I just picked the design to kind of fit the format of the frame, and I think that works. Also, you're going to need a Sharpie marker, which is what I signed with, and it's also what I traced my image on the glass with. And if you make a boo-boo while you're doing it, you can just wipe it off with some acetone, which is fingernail polish remover, with a Q-tip and some acetone, and that works really well. Now, where did I get the glass? My daughter brought me a 5-gallon bucket of broken glass bits from a company from the town that she lives in. It's a glass company. And when they break things, they just put the broken bits to the side and then they sell it off by the pound. So these glass bits come in various shapes, sizes, and colors. And some of it even came in almost like rock type shapes. And I really don't know what I'm going to do with those yet. Maybe nothing. They may be landscape decor. But right now, I worked with all these flat pieces, and it's kept me busy for over a year. So it goes a really long way. So these pieces came in this. See how this is the thickness, give or take. There were some a little bit thicker. Most of them were around this thickness. But the shape and the size varied, and like I said, some of them were bigger. And I've just broken them up over this past year and then began to use them. Now, if you'll notice, it's very sharp on the edges, and I do not want to die a death of 1,000 paper cuts. So I decided that I would tumble this glass before I actually went in and started using it. And I bought a tumbler. This is the size tumbler that I bought. I think it's the second smallest one they have available. So I didn't get a great big one. They do have really big ones, but I'm not doing rocks. So I thought this size is perfect. And I've loved it, honestly. It's been a great little machine. This is the brand, if you can see it there on the side. And it is called Cool Stone Premium Rock Tumbler Lifetime Technical Support even. It gives the little number there that you get in contact, the web page. And then this on the side, hopefully that's a QR code for you. And then this is what the front looks like. This is the mechanism to control your number of days that you're going to tumble and the power. And mine, I think, is up to 5 days and power 3, if I'm not mistaken. I usually go 2 days on the power 3, so I don't really do much past that because I'm not tumbling rocks. Just reiterate that. I am not tumbling rocks. And this tumbler was around $70 to $100. I don't really remember exactly. So I try to keep things within a reasonable budget so I can play freely. So what does it look like after it's tumbled? And I do have videos that go into this, me actually doing it. The tumbling, and you can see it then. So now I can pour it out into my hand. I could even stick my hand in here, and I'm not going to get any paper cuts. No slicing of the fingers. So all these are now, if you can see, nice and smooth on the edge. And it just moves it off. So once I've got my image chosen, got my marker out, I've picked my frame, I've got my glass tumbled, and I've just tumbled all the glass that I have and just have it in various jars. This one is a multicolored jar, and this one is a two-tone. I've got like a creamy colored, tannish, beige, and white. And then I have blue, and just depends on what you get in your prize bucket. So the next thing that you do is you take these pieces and you dump them out on, I use a towel, just an old hand towel. And I just dump them out so I can see all the shapes and sizes and colors I have available. And I have decided that I'm going to do a multicolored, so I'm not bound by my color. And then I just start fitting them into the shape. And let me just show you this one spot. You can see this yellowish color at the top is not exactly even, but I think that's part of the charm and character and its uniqueness. So I use that piece. Hopefully it's not offensive, but I like it. And that really is what it's about, is me liking what I do. And hopefully somebody else will like it too. So that once you get them all laid in there, and once again, I have done a video that showed you exactly how to do this. It's like a puzzle without like rules. Like you can use any piece anywhere, however it suits you. And then once that's laid out, and they don't have to be real tightly fitted, just sort of kind of close, because if you notice there's a black outline with each one, and I'll go over that here in just a minute and what product I use for that. So you kind of want to leave a little bit of room. You don't want perfection there, because that black really makes your colors pop and really brings it into that faux stained glass area. So to glue it down, I use just a random paintbrush, just kind of small because my pieces are fairly small. And then I bought this several years ago. I don't even know what I was doing with it, but I had it and I thought, I bet that would work good. This is called Mosaic Tile Adhesive, and I bought it at Hobby Lobby. And it is Mosaic Mercantile. I want to say the sticker's over the name of the brand, but anyway, I've had this a while, like I said, and a lot of times when you open it adhesive, it'll be all dried up in there. This was not, and I love that. So this lid seals it really well. Now I don't use the tip like it's showing here, like you could if you wanted to, but for me, I don't know, it's just too much glue, too much of a blob in one spot, and I kind of wanted it smoothed around a bit more, so I use an old medicine measurer thingy, and I just put a little bit in there, and I don't put a lot, because a little bit of this goes quite a long way. So I just put just enough to fill the bottom. And then I wet my brush and I swish it around in there to kind of loosen it up, and then I'll take my piece off the heart. I just stuck my hand in there with 1,000 paper cuts. It's okay. So then I get my glue and then I just dabble it on the back. And I do not worry about getting to every edge. I just coat really heavily in the middle and just, the best you can. And then stick it back on there where you had decided to place it. And that's all there is to that. And then seal this back up and put it away for the next time. So the next step in all of this is once you get it, you've got all your pieces glued down, I leave them. Now that glue will stay movable for just a short time. So you want to make sure you glue them all at one time. Don't do half and then come back later and do the other half. Make sure you have enough time to do the whole thing, because that glue dries fairly quickly, but it'll give you enough time if you keep your pace, get it done, and then, if they've shifted a little, you'll still have enough movement there to get them back to where you want them. And you know what? If you slop that glue over the edge just a little, And then I use this puffer paint. Sorry, tulip puffy paint. And I get it in black. I have several other colors that I've used. I prefer the black. I think it looks the nicest. And this is what this looks like. And I think it's around $5, I believe. And then I just do this around all the pieces, and I take my time being cautious. But I also leave that set, because like overnight at least. Because when you look at it the next day, like you'll pick it up and you do the, this number, you'll find some places where maybe there would be an air bubble and it'll pop and it'll be open and not have this nice finished look. So you'll want to go ahead and leave that overnight. And then check it. And as I was checking this earlier, I found another. So I leave it 2 or 3 days and just look. Because, I don't know, it's just a lot of little intricate pieces. It's easy to overlook a little spot. So that's that one, and I've already showed you the other ones, and I think that's all there is to it, soup to nuts. And then you're going to grab your marker when you're done, and you're going to put your name on it, and you're going to sign your beautiful artwork. And you're either going to hang it up, bless somebody else with it, or you're going to sell it. So, good luck to you, and I hope that you find a glass place in your area that can accommodate some broken bits for you. And there's something else. I was thinking maybe we could break our own glass. I have not tried that as far as like going and getting a plate or anything like that. But I don't know. Could happen. We'll see. And we'll talk to you later. Please subscribe, like, share, save, do all the things, do all the comment, do everything. And let me know if you do this. And I want to see your projects. And we'll talk to you later. Bye.